This is the breath belt, right? And basically what this thing does, in a nutshell, if you have any kind of back injury, a lot of glute deactivation issues that people are having, a lot of inner thigh, inner hip, shoulder issues, neck issues, stuff like that. This thing, what it does, because a lot of people have been asking me, Jay, what's this thing you've been wearing? And what it does is this. I am going to say probably, if I had to take it, like my experience of what I've seen in people, 90, I'll say probably like 93%. I don't want to say 95. 93% of the injuries that most people are dealing with, non-contact injuries, right, can either be related back to an initial issue with either core activation, right, proper core activation, and or the way your foot and ankle interact with the ground, right? So usually one of those two things. I would bet my last dollar on that. Now, what the breath belt does, and most people have gone through this experience, right? Most people have been to the point where their trainer or their physical therapist or their coach or whoever the fuck you're working with is like, listen, hey, oh my God, therapist, I got back pain. And your therapist or your trainer is like, hey, what I want you to do is I want you to take this exercise and I want you to squeeze your abs like this and tuck your hips and think about a time when you were 5 and all the weird shit you do to get you to consciously activate your core. And you're like, oh my God, it feels so much better. And then you leave, and within probably 10 minutes, life happens. And then what happens from there? What happens from there is you stop thinking about activating your core all day long, and the things you were doing to make your back pain go away, you stop. Because you're an adult in today's world with life and responsibilities and a million fucking things getting thrown at you, and you forget about activating your core, right? So the simple version, to kind of dumb it down and not give you the nerdy science stuff, what the breath belt does is this. It's kind of like when we do, band walking with the bands, and you have like that rubber band kind of like material. It puts constriction against your abdominal wall, but not to the point where you can't breathe or you're not supporting your own core. But what it does is it forces you to have to engage your deep core muscles to fight that constriction. So now, without you even realizing it, just so, and this is going to sound a lot worse than what it is, just so you can breathe comfortably, right? Your core, predominantly your diaphragm and your TVA, transverse abdominis, right? They have to activate just to be able to have you move around and breathe and go about everything else you're doing. So just by wearing the belt, without you having to consciously think about it, it's activating your core for you. But, and this is the question I got from somebody the other day, they were like, well, Jay, what's the difference between getting like those electroshock therapy belts that are like fucking mini dog collars versus the belt? With the electroshock therapy shit, what they do is they use an external stimulus to, basically you're not activating your abs, the electricity is coming out of it, right? Where with the breath belt, you're physically activating your abs. So your body is responsible for your activation, which means there's going to be a better carryover to the rest of your day. So we had a client member last week, threw their back out, just doing nothing, right? And their core, they weren't feeling good, they were in a lot of pain. And I said, hey, Steve, name's not Steve, by the way. Steve, do me a favor, put this thing on, try it real quick. And he puts the belt on, automatically he's like, oh my God, I feel so much better. Not completely better though. And he's like, I've been able to move around. And we texted him a couple days ago to follow up with him. We're like, hey, Steve, what's up, man? How you feeling? Like, the back's still a little tweaky or whatever. And I'm like, how did the belt make out? And he's like, Jay, I couldn't move around for the past couple days if it wasn't for this thing. It's the only relief I'm getting. Because what it's doing, as he's going about his day and his job and taking care of his family and the other responsibilities he's got to do and worry about, it forces him to activate those muscles he needs to get stronger without him having to think about it, which is the point you want to get it to, where you're just going through your day, subconsciously activating your abs, and you get to go from there. Now, this is not something that also you want to be wearing for like the entire fucking day, right? This is not. What it is you wear it, you initially start off by wearing it for about 20 to 30 minutes, because anything more than that, if your core muscles are a little too weak, you might end up making your shit really, really fucking sore. But you wear it for 20 to 30 minutes if you're a beginner, and then you take it off. And what happens is that carryover you're going to have from just having your core muscles, those deep core muscles, and that concentrated contraction, it's going to carry over for about 4 to 5 hours for the rest of your day. So you should get a little bit, you shouldn't. You are going to get a lot of carryover in terms of the pain relief and just like the slimming down of your midsection. Like, I put this thing on and within 3 days, my waistline was down by like 4 or 5 inches. I thought it was crazy, but I went and measured it. And it's not because I burned so much body fat doing that. It's because now my core muscles that were so distended from, you know, sitting down. Like, you guys see me at the gym for the first 6 hours of my day, but you don't see me for the other 8 when I'm at home doing sales and marketing stuff and I'm sitting in front of my computer texting people. My core is just as shot as anybody else's is sometimes. When I need to do the ab exercise, it's strong, but then I forget to activate my core throughout the day, and this belt helps me fix that, right? I went off on a fucking tangent again, I'm sorry. But yeah, so listen, what this thing does is it helps your muscles get stronger so that this way, and the way it gets rid of a lot of your back pain and activating your glutes more is if your core is off, shoulders rotated, body twisted, whatever, like mine is, your core muscles being engaged the right way starts pulling everything back into alignment again. And then those injuries that have happened over the time of your body breaking down and compensating, they start to reverse engineer themselves. So I had a girl who's been trying the belt on a couple times when she's been here working out, and she's had problems activating her glutes for years. And we thought it was every other kind of problem under the sun. Hip flexor, a hamstring, whatever. It wasn't. It was a core issue. She puts the belt on. Within a couple reps, oh my God, Jay, I feel my glutes firing more. I had another individual, they're having issues with their knees, right? Because they're just like, you know, not activating the core the right way because, you know, the kinetic chain and a lot of the bullshit. Anyway, put the belt on them. They started standing straight. They started rotating a little bit differently. Wow, my knee pain started getting more relieved. Had another individual with his back and neck pain. Same thing. Pain started going away. There's just been so many things where I've just kind of handed this thing to people, said, hey, try this real quick. Let me see how it feels. What are your thoughts? And it's just instantly gave them the feeling that they should be having the whole time. And once you feel what you should be feeling, that understanding of like, okay, well, here's what I have to do throughout the day, it's easier to recreate that. But for some people, they just don't know how to activate their core the right way, or they forgot, right? So that's why we're such a big fan of the breath belt. The guy who made the breath belt is a very nice guy. Got on the phone with him a bunch of times. Phenomenal guy. You can actually look him up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. He's the head of Kabuki Strength, which is a fitness company. I think he does like the head of sales or head of marketing or some shit like that. But basically, he's sold out of these things a bunch of times, right? So what we did is we picked up like 10 or 12 of them, I can't remember. So this way, as you guys want to get, the thing's $150, I'm gonna tell you right now. I was a little skeptical at first, I'm not gonna lie. Jumped on the phone with the guy, I saw some questionable reviews mainly about delivery time. And I'm like, hey man, listen, I'm desperate myself personally. I'm desperate, my back's killing me, I'm willing to try anything. Give me anything to give me a reason to buy into what you're selling. And he jumped on a phone call with me, and I was like, well, that's pretty fucking cool. So I was like, you know what, it's $150, whatever. And I gotta say, it's the best $150 I've probably spent in a very long time. So we picked up about 10 or 12 of these things. I think we got rid of 2 of them already, but we got them so this way, in case if any of you guys out there want to give this thing a shot, which trust me, you're going to love this thing. But if you want to give it a shot, we have them. So this way, if and when he runs out of development again, which he's going to because he always does, we got a couple and you don't have to worry about delivery times. You can just say, hey, Jay, listen, throw it on my card, Venmo me, whatever, and you got your belt today. Like not like 2 or 3 days from now or 2 or 3 weeks from now, or God forbid he gets a surge again and he runs out, like, you know, which is where he got a lot of review from last time. The thing was working so well, he sold out before we could restock. So that is the breath belt. God damn, it's been a fucking game changer. If you have any kind of back, hip, knee, core related issue, anything like that, I gotta tell you, like, and just even like, and for the girls, like for those of you ladies who are like looking to train your abs and you don't have any injury, do you know how much firmer and how much slimmer your waist is gonna look when you're in a constant state of abdominal contraction, the right abdominal contraction, during your entire workout and during your entire day? Like, my midsection has gotten so much slimmer just because my abs in a proper way are constantly contracted when I'm wearing this thing, that it's been giving me, I feel stronger now with this thing in my core than I have from all the years of abdominal and core training and everything else I've done, because now my core knows how to work without me having to consciously think about it. And that's been the biggest thing for me. But like I said, that's why I've been able to start doing more cardio, more workouts, all that other stuff again, because my back pain's going away thanks to the breath belt. That is a long-ass fucking video. Jesus Christ, I rant and rave for 10 minutes. But listen, guys, you know, if you guys want to give it a shot, as long as we have a couple left, let us know. If you want to try mine on when you're at the gym, let me know. We'll give it a shot. Probably one of the best shit. If I had to do a list of the top 10 pieces of equipment that I've bought probably in the past 10 years, I would say this is definitely within the top 3. And I'm only saying that because I bought a lot of equipment. I really have to go back and see which ones made the biggest difference. This one's in the top 3. Definitely give it a shot. Talk to you soon.